Hello viewers, welcome back to an episode of the Advent series. It's nearly Christmas, can you feel it? It's snowing everywhere. It's not actually, I've not seen any snow so far. So it could be August for all we know in England, because it's about the same weather temperature. Now as well like this year, so that's a lie. Sorry, are we doing an Advent series or what? Okay, next player for you today then viewers, and now, this is very much, this sort of sums up why this is a favourites list and not a best list, because if this was a best list, I'd go as far as to say this guy would be number 2 behind someone else. This is the second best player I think I've ever used in the game ever, throughout all of my series, and I'll take you back then, you've seen the thumbnail, to 2016 and the Salford story, and those that watch the Salford story, you know who this is. I hope you know who this is. We had some great players during that save, but there was a midfield maestro who could kind of do it all. A guy that, again, doesn't get the sort of clips that some of the other players do, the moments that other players had, and it's funny really, Luka Modric recently won the Ballon d'Or, and Diego Vidal could well have won it too in that generation. A sensational footballer, really had literally everything you could ever want. I guess the best way to sum up is if you look at his polygon, his attribute graph, you can kind of see there that he had the most well-rounded stats of any midfielder I've ever used, as I say, in the history of all of my saves that I've played. A sensational, phenomenal, world-class player that I very much had the pleasure of using and enjoying throughout my time with Salford City. He just had, as I say, he had literally everything. His passing ability, I think he had 20 passing by the end of the series. For someone that cost me 15.5 million, and at the time actually was a little bit of a punt. He sort of grew into that best player in arguably the world, certainly within my save. Of course, values were slightly different back then. It was before the boom of like Coutinho and Mbappe and Dembele and people like that. He was one of the most expensive players in the world at the time. He was one of the best players in the world at the time, and Salford basically won everything, and he was arguably the main factor as to why all of that was possible. The games revolved around him. If he had a good game, he would win. If he didn't have a good game, he would lose. And again, he was one of those players that potentially went under the radar in that series. There were some very memorable names, some of which that will appear on the rest of this list, but a sensational player, and a player that definitely has to make it onto this list. I'll say, if it was a best players list, he would be higher up, but as it's one of my favourite players, and he was one of my favourite players to use without doubt, one of my favourite midfielders ever, Diego Vidal of Salford City fame, 2016, makes it into the best, or my top 25 favourite players ever, so congratulations to him. Of course, let me know, do you remember Diego Vidal? Was he that player that sort of stands out as my best ever? If you don't think he was the best ever, who was? In the comment section. We love with care then. From here to next time, I'll see you again tomorrow for more. Goodbye.